Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live. It is me, Joey P. Joe P's up here. With me, of course, is the Welsh, and it's all of my peanuts and cracker jacks here on our Twitch, twitch.tv/fantasypros. That's the place to be Monday through Friday, every single day, noon Eastern on the weekdays. And of course, you can watch us back on our YouTube channel, Fantasy Pros MLB. And when you subscribe, you have a chance, not much time left, to win the Juan Gonzalez jersey from pristineauction.com. How you get it? Subscribe to the channel, drop your comments below, like this video, and don't forget to ring the bell till it goes ding so you never miss a piece of content on Fantasy Pros MLB. Welsh, I missed a lot of controversy yesterday with the Emmanuel Clase business. I was thinking, just having a conversation with our producers before the show, too. Maybe change it up, maybe bet on some strikes once in a while, too, so maybe they don't catch you. It's the criminal mind of myself works a little different than, I guessed, some other people in their 20s.
Maybe don't bet. There's like another crazy thing.
Maybe don't give up your
maybe go to the
contract.
casino and legally bet. But everybody wants the edge. Everybody wants that edge. And unfortunately, we'll see what the extent of the Clase thing is. We talked about it kind of at length yesterday, but I think there's a very decent likelihood we could have seen the very last of Emmanuel Clase in baseball, just based on historical.
And he's not the only one, too.
No, at least Ortiz, and then apparently this report from Hector Gomez that there's other Guardians that are floating out there. It's just all really messy, and all of these guys, based on the magnitude, based on the prior history with Tucupita Marcano and whatnot, does seem like there's a higher than not possibility. What is that stupid guy? You know what I hate? The saying I hate is non-zero chance. I think that is the dumbest saying.
It sounds like a Welshism, but it's not.
It does. It sounds like a super, but it's super stupid. Like mine are inherently stupid, but they're fun. That one's not fun and massively stupid. I hate that saying.
I also did not get to throw the 2 cents in there yesterday on the passing of a legend, Ryne Sandberg, who in my youth, I mean, I was the guy that experienced him. Joe Rico did not. Welsh maybe at the tail end, but
not really.
I remember as a kid watching on a Saturday afternoon in June him hit those 2 home runs against the Cubs in that 9th and 10th inning. And I remember we were like going somewhere and I was waiting. I was like, no, I want to watch this. I want to watch this. And we were trying to get ready to go. I was like, no, this guy's up again. He hit a home run last time and then hits another home run. I remember it vividly. And I was 84, so I was like 6 years old. And I totally recall this. And he was my guy. He was my favorite second baseman of my youth. Loved Rhino. Very sad news yesterday that, he passes away from cancer at, 65, right? I think it's a young age, I think. But again, I'm old now, so I think it's...
Wait, no. I'm seeing all these videos that are out there, by the way. I think now we're just on me complaining. It's the complain line. I am over those unk videos. Every sport is now talking to 20-year-olds. What's an unk to you? You know what the saying is, like uncle, like everybody's an unk, and these guys are not like, they're not like 45. They're all like, if you're 27 or over, you're an unk. And it's just like, my God, like I feel old between that hate and then you see just, great people dying young. There's definitely like a mortality thing where you're just like, let's stop that. Let's definitely stop that, please.
Yes.
All of it.
Well, I'd like to move on to better news, but
we're not
life and death. But we're not. Ronald Acuna, that's the headline today to start the show. We placed the 10-day IL with Achilles tightness. Now, they're saying it was something from the calf. That's the report that I saw right before I came in here. MLB Network was talking about it, and they hope that he comes back in 2 to 3 weeks. But this is a very frustrating year for Ronald Acuna, for sure. You waited on him to come back. He came back later than expected. He was great when he came back and then slowed down a little bit around the break, and now this other injury. So, look, I think we all know that they're not going to push him. So it could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks. Who knows where it goes? But I think the bigger question to ask ourselves is next year, when we've had a whole offseason, will Ronald Acuna be right back in that top 3 overall conversation? Or do you think he's more of a mid to late first round pick in 2026?
That's a good question. I think the only thing that keeps him like really, truly off of it is if this injury is a lot worse than we expect, because like he was instantly upset. They instantly put him on the IL. Part of the problem, though, is the management, because they said he did this the day before, and then they let him play out there. He wanted to play because of the time missed, so he pushed through, but this strain or whatever happened the day before. So the decision making...
Well, Snicker's done anyway. He ain't coming back.
I'll agree. He's done. They're on a level of like, Torey Lovello management right now. So like, it's all not good. So taking that into just how, they've used him, if this injury is more serious and it, misses the rest of the season, yeah, I think like we're going to give some consideration into that. Everybody is looking at these players like what is the moment a player becomes injury prone? I think Ronald Acuna is straddling that line, except he's doing the DeGrom Trout thing. He's amazing when he's not. So it kind of defies some of those odds. If he's out for 2 or 3 weeks, I think everybody's just going to move past it. He'll be a top 5, 8 first round pick. He'll be a first round pick next.
Well, yeah, first round. It's just this is a guy that's 1 year removed from a 40-70 season, right? So, do we all have more time and then we come back and we go, oh yeah, we should just put him right there? Or do you think he's more of he's number 7 or 8 overall? And it's splitting hairs, but when you're in the first round, I mean, that stuff's important. It's your first pick.
He just might be that in general, though. He might be like the 7th or 8th pick. But yeah, like I think if it's just a couple weeks and he's back, I think everyone will forget about it. By the way, I have a league where I was like, all right, I'm making the move. I'm in 6th place. It's a keeper league. I've got some really good pieces. I have way too many first basemen. So I made a move. I traded away Harper to get, I got Lindor in the trade and I was going for closer and a pitcher. It was a big trade, but my team was centered around Ronald Acuna. And I am not joking you. The minute I hit accept on the trade, it was like 3 minutes later, Ronald Acuna to the IL, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" As I'm trying to make
Baseball
moves
is
in
a
time.
Fickle mistress.
It hurts.
Michael Impo, shout out, resubbed with Prime. Of course, you can sub with Prime. Get rid of those nasty commercials right now. Chief Nakahoma had a question here. It was a good one. I think it was important. I was trying to find it here. Serious question. How do we tell if we're a peanut or a Cracker Jack? I think you know. I think you know which one you are. Just saying.
Yeah, we're not going to identify you.
We're not here to identify you. You identify however you want.
You choose your own identity.
That's right. All right, let's get to some Yankee updates here. Aaron Boone said that Aaron Judge will ramp up baseball activities over the next couple of days. So he's hoping to return in August 5th. So that's pretty soon. That's next week.
That's Tuesday.
Are you buying that?
Yeah, that just falls in line exactly with what they're saying. They said he's going to DH. He's going to be a minimal amount of time. He didn't really want to miss the time. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to – I don't know if he'll see the field at all this year, probably dependent on what they end up doing with some of their moves or if they decide to bring up Spencer Jones. But, yeah, 100% buy this. He will be back when Joe is gone, unfortunately.
All right, let's get to some pitching performances yesterday, some really important ones. Let's start with Sandy Alcantara, who was great. 12 innings now in a row, no runs. He punched out 4 guys, went 5 innings. Again, another scoreless outing for him. He's done everything he can to get dealt. And I think if you're a team trying to make that move, I think you go ahead and you pull the trigger and you hope for the best. I heard somebody equate it to Justin Verlander years ago, too, where he wasn't pitching well that year and then he got traded. And then the switch kind of flipped for him. I could see that with Sandy. Put him in a pennant race, too. He's been much better here as we go. But this was another really strong start. So, is this the last start? It's the last time I get to ask this question of Sandy Alcantara as a Marlin in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the big key here because I think there's a lot of points to this. I think it was Jim Bowden that was saying that the Marlins viewed him and are viewing him in the space of like, this is Cy Young caliber Sandy Alcantara. That's obviously they're going to do that like with trades, but also that they feel that they had found something. They had found that fix in what Sandy was needing. So I agree with this. I've said it on here. I did this exact same thing in fantasy where someone was trying to get Alcantara super low. And I said, you know what? I'm going to wait and see if this pans out up until the trade deadline and he fixes some stuff. And he has. His velo was up again in this start. I thought that last start, his velo was up and, it's my final one. He did it again. He's inducing like weak contact in general. His changeup, he threw it close to 20% of the time. Like the pitches look good. He's found his rhythm again. So to answer your question now, I'm not sold. Even though Bowden did come out yesterday and change his tune of thinking that he wouldn't get traded to now that it's ramping up that Sandy would get traded, I think it comes back to one thing, and it is who is going to pay the piper for him, because they can easily just hold him until the offseason, and then you got a full season in front. You still have all the contractual stuff that he still has some, it's arbitrational, that they could wait for the big package and just have 2 months of him being awesome and sell him as an absolute star, unless someone is willing to pay up. And that's what I'm uncertain about. I will say this based on the chatter, I do think he does get traded. I think someone's going to give up like, probably 2 big prospects for it that we're going to have a little bit of eye opening. So I do think this will be his last one, but I will not be shocked if they hold him back and they only trade Edward Cabrera because they want the world. And there seems to be a lot of pitchers on the market right now, way more than there was. Everyone was like, "Oh, Seth Lugo signed." Doesn't matter. Mitch Keller, Cease is out there.
I think
Joe
it was
Ryan.
tenuous, and now we're getting to that point where everyone's full of crap. Like everyone's like, "Oh no, they're not available because they're trying to drive up the price." It's the same nonsense every year. P5 Zebby or pick up Sandy. Pick up Sandy. 100%. Sandy. It's not even close.
The Sandy man can.
All right, Nick Lodolo, 11 strikeouts for him against the Dodgers. Man, what a great start for him. ERA is down to 3.09. Jesus Luzardo was fantastic yesterday. It was against the White Sox, but 2 hits, 7 innings, shutout baseball. Lucas Giolito continues to be a whole different guy. I mean, what an incredible turnaround to a season, Welsh. It's been a while since we've seen a pitcher be that bad, where I thought he was going to get DFA'd, and all of a sudden he's become the most reliable guy they have, arguably in that rotation, but outside of Crochet, of course. But crazy. Struck out 5, 1 run, 6 innings, and went over the Twins. Seth Lugo, the aforementioned, 8th victory of the season on Tuesday, so good for him in 5 2/3. And Luis Severino with the rare good home start, 6 strikeouts and 5 innings for him. Do you think that Severino could be another guy maybe on the move?
I think they would love to get him out of there, but I don't think he will. He's got like $60 million or whatever. Yeah, he wants to get the hell out of there. They want him the hell out of there. I think it's mutual. There was a report like all he does is just talk about how awful Sacramento is. So like, yeah, I think they want him out. I don't think he does. 2 important notes going back to the other guys. We really can give some like credit to when you hear about changes in season instead of being just dismissive, by the way, and just being like, oh, when Giolito, when they found something in his fastball, which is funny, by the way, because his fastball is still like a 285 average against, but the velo ticked back up when he said he found something in his delivery in his fastball and that fixed things. And you saw the return, you saw him bounce back. Like, you got to believe it. Like, he does look like a vintage Giolito. And then on Luzardo, there's a report out there that there's the potential that the Phillies might look at moving Luzardo into the bullpen the rest of the way through. So that would obviously be, horrific for fantasy value. Pay attention to it. That could be something where Painter comes up if they want, Luzardo to cap innings or really whatever the reason's going to be. I think they're going to still make some moves. But if Luzardo goes to the bullpen, that's brutal.
Well, I just found out one of my bets of the day just got crushed because Adrian Hauser got scratched from his start. So my guess is Adrian Hauser's on the move somewhere. They can pretend he's not. So it looks like Austin Slater also got dealt to the Yankees. Another blockbuster for the New York Yankees. Also, in case you have Garrett Crochet, well, he's not going to start Friday. He's getting pushed to Monday or Tuesday. They're trying to save the arm a little bit. Tyler Glasnow, not his best work. Last time we saw him, he was striking out everybody. This time, he was walking everybody 5. Just didn't have it against the Reds, and that happened. So I'm not going to overdo it. But I am concerned about Casey Mize. So let's talk about him. He's dealing with a knee issue against your Diamondbacks on Tuesday. 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, 3 walks in an inning to third. I can only assume he came out early here because this knee is giving him a problem, Welsh. I think we're looking at an IL stint probably for him.
I don't know if it was the knee. I was watching this game. There were 2 things. It was, he could not stop walking guys. They were talking about on the broadcast, he's like a 2 walk per 9 guy. He walked 3 through into the first 2 innings. But the problem was the pitch count. He was 59 pitches and he didn't get out of the second. It was like 20 something in the first. He pushed 30. It sucks when that happens. It doesn't have to be injury related. It's just these managers, if you get a guy that's over 30 pitches in an inning, they're going to get you out of there. And he didn't have any, it didn't look like he was getting out of it anytime soon. So that's why they ended up pulling him, but he looked super inconsistent. Stuff was all over the zone. He was walking guys left and right. Diamondbacks were taking everything. And then, by the way, then they absolutely just blew the game. I mean, as soon as Mize was out, Brandon Pfaadt. Brandon Pfaadt's another one I just want to throw out. Super interesting. I don't remember who said it a couple weeks back, but Pfaadt had changed from throwing his 4-seam fastball to throwing a cutter, and he's seen a lot of success from it, and it looked really good early on. And it all fell apart like it always does with him. He just got battered around, homers, was kind of going back to the 4-seam fastball a little bit, change up, the cutter stopped cutting. It was not good. And Brandon Pfaadt looked dominant through 3 innings and then just looked absolute trash once you got into the 4th, 5th, and they got obliterated. So both those pitchers were not good, but there is some injury concern with Casey Mize. And maybe the bigger question is maybe that injury with the knee or whatever was why his command was bad, why the pitches got really deep up, and maybe he does need another stent.
All right, transactions, very sad. I hate it when my Richard Fitz gets sent down, and they did it again. You know, every time they bring him up, I get all excited, and then they send him back down, and it's very frustrating for me. Also, even more depressing than that, if you can believe it, Rich Hill was designated for assignment. What was one and done, one night stand here? Is that what we're doing? This is a couple weeks here in the big leagues, and get out of here, old man.
Kind of like they just did him a favor, just like, here's another team you get to play for, and you're 45.
I wanted my son to just like Goldberg's retirement match. I just wanted my son to be able to really watch me at the highest level one more time.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Kimbrel thing. Remember Kimbrel came up for like one game and then immediately designated him? It was just like a favor that they did. That was sad.
Terrible.
It is elder abuse.
You are brave. It is elder abuse. Absolutely. Wonky Penguin says, someone said Rich Hill should pitch for the Rockies to break a tie with Edwin Jackson to improve their pitching staff significantly. I agree. But seriously, I mean, those 2 transactions hurt my soul yesterday.
They did. Do you think Rich Hill has like all his jerseys in like a room?
He should. You know what he should? He should have a quilt made. A nice giant quilt of all the jerseys. I think that would be.
Hey, I mean, he is old, so he's probably cold a lot. So
God, get warm. I love a good quilt. Give me a.
Why do old people get so cold?
The blood flow issues, I guess. I don't know.
It's another snark night. You know what really grinds my gears? Why are old people so
snark
cold?
Night. Go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
Why are old people so cold?
How did I do that?
How do you do it?
How did I do it? I'm like, I don't understand. Why are these old people so old and cold? Get out of here.
Oh, God. Wonky Penguin's grandma made t-shirt quilts. Of course she did. You're from Minnesota. I mean, come on. Jeez. I mean, it's like you learn that in school in Minnesota. All right, let's go to Joe Boyle. Let's start with the rookie Lookie here. 6 runs, 4 earned. Not the best start for Joe Boyle. Should people cut bait or hold?
I think he's in stream territory. I don't know if he's a must hold. I think you could for another start because of strikeout potential. But if there's nice stuff out there, then I might cut bait.
I know you're not from Minnesota, Wonky. I just like saying it because I know it. She gets upset about it.
She always talks about. I would have guessed Minnesota too.
No, she's not from Minnesota. She likes certain teams from different places, but she's not.
What's your address, Wonky? Give us your address.
Yeah, don't put your address on there, Wonky.
I don't like.
All right, JJ Weatherhold, Cardinals prospect, leadoff home run, 3 RBI. You're gonna see him soon. Stash him. He's coming. It's coming soon. Stash him. Weatherhold, really nice player, great hit tool. Spencer Jones made it back into the lineup. I mean, who knows what the Yankees are going to do here because it's not going to matter because we're going to get Aaron Judge coming back soon. So I guess we're not
they got
see
Austin Slater, Joe, so they don't need Spencer Jones.
Right, yeah, now you don't need, great. Ooh la la. And Pirates prospect, shortstop Connor Griffin was named the top prospect in Baseball America and MLB Pipeline. You've heard Welsh talk about him a couple weeks ago.
About to say.
He's slashing 332, 409, 520, 13 homers, 46 steals. 46 in 83 games between low and high A. So you're not going to see him next year probably. He's probably still another year away, right? We're talking about 27, which means we're not going to see him because there's going to be a strike most of the year.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good point. But fun fact, he became my number 1 prospect about 2 months ago. So everybody joined in as the – well, actually, I would also say I had noted that he was going to be the default once Roman Anthony and Jack Caglione, but I had him as number 1. I believe Fangraphs has Kevin McGonigal. So there's 2 prospects. They're similar-ish timelines. McGonigal is like 1 level above. Some like McGonigal, some like Connor Griffin. Connor Griffin is an absolute beast. Shortstop that can play outfield, athletic. You can see he steals bases like crazy. Body got bigger. He's hitting homers. Doesn't strike out. Bunch of average. I mean, he literally is 5-tool. He does everything right now. He's electric, and we won't see him because I think there's a decent chance he could come to the fall league. Then he's going to be probably pushing AA next year. And then right when it's time for him to come up, it'll be work stoppage. The potential work stoppage has a decent effect on what prospects could come up next year for better or worse. We could see more aggressive call-ups for prospects because everyone knows there's going to be a work stoppage in 2027, or it could just destroy. I don't know if it'll destroy or just go into hyperdrive all these prospects. But if you're speculating on guys that are a little bit further away, Connor Griffin, that's your number one. He is number one in most outlets with a little sprinkle of Kevin McGonigal in some spots.
Okay, let's get to some more rumors floating around a lot here. Dylan Cease apparently is the main target for the Astros, which I really don't understand because they have all this pitching coming back. So, I mean, to me, you're looking for offense, so I don't get this one. Like, that, it's not that Dylan Cease can't help you, but
it's not good pitching that they have coming back.
I don't know. Spencer Arrigetti's pretty good. Javier could be good. Garcia could be good. I mean, Garcia's been a pretty solid guy throughout his tenure there. So, I don't know. That one was puzzling to me, and this is even more puzzling that Ken Rosenthal said that the Rangers are buyers and sellers at the deadline. So Adolis Garcia, John Gray, but they're also acquiring people. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
That usually means like sell off like 1 year rental guys and then buy for next season type of thing. Or okay, the Diamondbacks have been playing that stupid little thing too, where they're like, "Ooh, all we want is relief pitchers that can help us right now," and it's like you're not competing. You stink. Like you're out of it. Rangers are there. I think they are buyers. I don't think they're going to sell anything of worth.
Okay. Let's move on to the next rumor. Stephen Kwan is now more likely to be traded, obviously, after all the stuff going on with the Guardians. So great. Way to get rid of like your only other good player. Way to go, Guardians. Good job.
See, the only guy not betting. That's why they're getting him out of here, like allegedly.
Hey, this guy won't play ball. Get out of here, Kwan. You've also got Mitch Keller apparently now not getting traded. So here, listen to this Pirate stuff. So now they don't want to trade Mitch Keller, and apparently David Bednar is going to cost a top 5 prospect.
I just traded for Keller. Please trade him.
This is why the Pirates are the Pirates. This is why. So, I mean, what are you doing? Just take what they give you, move on, start rebuilding. You've got the best pitcher in baseball and the best prospect in baseball here, all young and controllable here for the next couple of years. Let's go. Like, get some more major league ready pieces so that everybody can be more competitive next year. I don't understand this at all.
I think this is posturing. I think this is just like maybe a day and a half before the deadline, make people, or actually it's a day, but make people think that you're not going to move the guy, threaten that you're going to keep them so they pay the really high price. But I will go back to the problem with a guy like Mitch Keller right now is we went from what seemed like a small market to a flooded market of potential relief pitchers and starting pitchers. So now we got to have the seal be broken. That thing's got to go. We got to see a guy get traded, a Cease, a Merrill Kelly. Gallen and Kelly should be the first ones. That should kind of help set the market for this controllable pitching that's available in Alcantara and Keller and Joe Ryan versus this rental market of the Gallons and Kellys. So I think there's just too much out there right now. I think this is posturing, but you know what? Pirates at this point have shown the mental fortitude that maybe they won't move any of their guys and they'll just go into next year with this same team and try to, win 50 games.
Thanks, Luceris, for resubbing with Prime. We appreciate you. And I know our producer Seth is a big Cardinals fan. He was talking in the chat. Please let Leatherholt be good. Look, he's going to be a really good player. Is he a guy you're going to, I don't know, is he like the franchise? That I don't know. But I think he's going to be a really solid player. It's just a matter of what else can you put around him. You know what I mean? Like, I never thought Trey Turner was a franchise player. I just didn't. Bryce Harper, that's a franchise player. Fun fact yesterday, it's not the first time it's happened, but Sir Anthony Dominguez was one of the few guys in Major League Baseball to get traded in between a doubleheader and then go play for the other team. You got to love when that happens. Just hilarious. So awkward, right? That's just like the most awkward thing. Could you imagine if like we were doing a show and then like you got, moved to some other show right in the middle of it? Like,
we'd have to almost be like live. You'd have to be like live streaming with we'd have to have like, Frank Stanfill on, and then it would be like, I was just traded to CBS. Like that would make it like super
weird.
Awkward, but I know what
awkward.
I know what you're saying.
Right,
I hope more of it happens tomorrow. I hope with the trade deadline. The Diamondbacks didn't want to, or the Tigers with the rumored with Suarez, they wanted to get a deal done and not let Suarez leave town. So I always think it's weird when teams are trading for players that they're playing. It's so odd.
Big Gene wants to know, do we have stream like this for football? Also, is Nelson from the D-backs legit? Answer the second one first, Welsh. You take the Nelson, I'll take the football.
Yeah, he's at like near the tippy top of a lot of the pitchers everyone keeps talking about. Like, do I pick up? Yes, I think so. Is he legit? I mean, this team is decimating themselves, so it's not going to be great when all they have is Corbin Carroll and Cattell. That's still good, but there might be some lack of offensive support. There might be some weird defensive stuff, but yeah, I think Nelson is a great spot starter to a guy that you should hold right now because he's not going anywhere.
Well, we do have a lot of football content here on Twitch, also on our YouTube channel. So we just did Fantasy Draft Court yesterday. Go check it out. It was a live show, really fun. Derek Brown, myself, Terrell Furman, debating players. So obviously our YouTube channel, Fantasy Pros, tons
You know
of
what
live
we're
content,
doing today? You know what
tons
we're
of
doing
live
later
Q&A.
today?
What are you doing today?
We're doing a hot takes with hot sauce and wings.
Oh, that's right. Is that
I'm
live?
doing late. No, it's not live. It's
Oh,
going to be
okay.
later today. So good point. We have the live
So
Twitch
you're going
and
to do that
YouTube.
and then our Q&A for MLB
No,
on
it's
YouTube,
after
or no?
the Q&A.
After.
That
Okay,
we
good,
scheduled
smart,
it for the
smart.
last show. It'll be out in the next couple
That I'm
days.
going
But
to watch.
to Joe's point, we do fun stuff. We do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
There is not this level of show on the football side
Yet.
but there might be next year. Yeah. Exactly.
But we do have football 5 days a week here, so check it out. Look at that. Oh, the producers are right on top of it.
Look at that.
Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Again, we've got everybody in there Q&A, so we're just hanging out talking ball, man. So, again, subscribe. This is what we're here for. We're here to help you win every single fantasy league. Doesn't matter what it is. All right, somebody's asking me what my shirt is I'm wearing. This is a Jason Kelce shirt. That's what there you go. He autographed it himself and gave it to me. Pretty cool.
Are you just wearing Speedos with that?
I am. Because it's hot here in New Jersey. I know it's not Arizona hot, but it's hot and humid.
The wildest collection. Everyone gives me because I haven't been wearing my hats a lot because, as mentioned, my dog literally ate all of my hats. Your shirt collection is so eclectic and weird, and it's just like you have why do you have a Jason Kelce shirt?
I love Jason Kelce. Why do I have a Bo Jackson?
Why do you like
shirt?
Jason Kelce?
Bo Jackson. Why? Because he's cool. First of all, he's a great player.
He's so cool.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He's a good dude. He's a good dad. He has got moral fiber. I like that about him. Hell of a football player. Always loved him as a football player. When he dressed up like a mummer in that giant outfit when they won the Super Bowl the first time, that put it over the top for me.
What is a mummer?
It's the stupid parade that they do in Philadelphia every single year on New Year's Day. It's part of the Philadelphia tradition, the Mummers Parade, where they dress up in these wild, colorful outfits, and there's a big parade. And it's hilarious because most of them are guys from like the local, VFW and American Legion Hall. It's the weirdest like secret society thing. My friend's ex-wife is a mummer, so his kids are half mummer. I told him, so that's a tough way for them to grow up, partially mummer.
I don't know if I trust a mummer.
You really don't know about the Mummers Parade?
I've never heard of the Mummers, no.
Please, chat, if you heard of the Mummers Parade. I know. You know who's heard of it? Wonky Penguin's heard of it because she's got multiple quilts. She knows. It's crazy, though. They do these big parades, then they have like the Fancy Brigade, it's called. And it's weird because it's a bunch of guys who look like they're electricians union, and they're like dressed up in these outfits, and they're doing choreography and stuff. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. But he, wore that. Remember that outfit when they won and he was speaking at City Hall and he had that weird hat and the whole thing? You don't remember this Jason Kelce thing?
No. Parade sounds familiar, but not the one I'm familiar with.
All right. Can we get some love for the Mummers here? Well, not really love because they're creepy, but whatever. All right. Let's get to the ups and downs. Vinnie Pasquantino, 3 for 5 with a homer. Riley Greene, 3 for 5 with a homer. And Andrew Vaughn can't be stopped. What a trade. The Aaron Savali deal was like whatever. Let's just, headache for headache scenario. And Andrew Vaughn, 3 for 4 with another homer, 6 RBIs, dude. Crazy.
Do you believe that just some people truly need changes of scenery? Like I think there's an element of change of scenery gets wrapped in to players that just need time. Like if Joe Adele was traded this year, everyone would have been like, oh, he needed a change of scenery for his breakout. Not necessarily, but do you think sometimes guys just truly need to be unleashed to somewhere else and their mindset needs to change? Sometimes,
yes. Sometimes it's also a new voice. And have you seen the breakdown on Andrew Vaughn's swing? His hands used to be much higher. Now they're just in a different spot where he's already starting with them back, and he's getting quicker to the baseball. I mean, sometimes it's just an adjustment of a different coach saying, why are you doing that?
You know what's so weird about that too? This camp during spring training, I spent a decent amount of time at the White Sox when I was going out to camps, and I saw Jim Thome is a coach for the White Sox, and he was doing. I have a video of it, and I think I tweeted about it. He was doing this wild drill with Joey Gallo at the time and Andrew Vaughn, and it was like they were up and they were at an angle and they were like trying to attack down. It seemed like a super worthless drill. And the more I think about it now, maybe it's a testament to Jim Thome that it's like Joey Gallo literally quit and became a pitcher after doing that drill. And Andrew Vaughn became the worst player in baseball and needed to leave. So it might truly be coaching, and maybe I'm pinpointing the coach that the problem's at.
Big Gene knows about the Mummers. He has been to the Mummers parade. There you go. Always New Year's Day. Always. So maybe
you get paid. Are you getting paid on every Mummer mention?
I don't get paid by the Mummer. No one does.
Okay.
But it is a very bizarre. I told you it's a very bizarre thing. Downs yesterday. Logan Evans 6 runs, but he did strike out 7 guys, 4 2/3, but still not great. Colin Ray lost to the Braves, 4 runs, 8 hits for him. Oh, excuse me, not the Braves, the Brewers. And then Brandon Pfaadt, there you go, knocked around the ballpark yet again. 7 runs, 11 hits, 4 2/3. Welsh, how'd that make you feel?
Yeah, it was awful. I told you, I watched it. Like I was watching the beginning. I was like, oh my gosh, this cutter looks great. Like he really is. He's gonna be able to command it, and it's giving him a different look on right, or left hand, even lefties, because he's throwing it in, and then just all fell apart. It's been his problem since day one. He cannot go deep into games. It's homers and going deep. So I don't know what the hell they do. He needs to keep working on this stuff, but he got obliterated in that game.
I like some of these. Jose Batista. Drop your favorite change of scenery guy, where things really just clicked for a player. I like that. This is a fun one. If you can remember a good change of scenery aspect. Let's get to injuries. Welsh, we almost made it a full season without Byron Buxton going to the IL. But here we are. Byron Buxton, 10-day IL, left ribcage inflammation. Jacob Wilson also heads to the IL with a fractured forearm, which all but seals up, I think, the Nick Kurtz Rookie of the Year, depending on how he plays over the next couple weeks. But I'd imagine it's Kurtz.
Unless Cam Smith pulls a Nick Kurtz for the next month and a half and Kurtz disappears, but I don't think that's happening.
Sammy Sosa also left the White Sox. That's right. That's a big change of scenery, and also a change of vitamins as well. Ian Happ, shin contusion, is going to go on the IL, and Moises Ballesteros will be called up. Tanner Scott has resumed throwing. By the way, have you watched JP Morosi lately on MLB Network?
No,
because I find it so annoying that he overpronounces all the Spanish names.
I don't like that.
You know what I mean? Because he's obviously taken language classes, and I know he learned to speak Italian when they were doing it in Spanish and all that stuff.
I can't roll, but like when they say like Ronald Acuna's name, I can't roll my tongue or do anything like that.
But he just talks normal, and then he says Robert Suarez.
Right there.
I'm just what are you doing?
Please don't do that.
Stop it. Okay? Just stop.
Snark Night number 4 for the day. 100%.
Just call them what they are. You're not Spanish. You're not allowed to say it like that.
It sounds awkward and I don't like it.
It does, because it's out of nowhere.
It's like they're like, oh, and it's just like.
And I don't mind it when a Spanish speaking person does it, but like JP Morosi's doing it. I understand like your natural tongue. Okay, cool. But stop it. What are you doing? Jackson Churio was removed yesterday, right hamstring spasm. Keep an eye on that one. Luis Heel struck out 7, 1 run, 4 1/3 in a minor league rehab start AAA. Kyle Bradish, 3 2/3 shutout innings, AA in his start yesterday. Shane Bieber struck out 7, 1 run, 4 innings, so he's looking really good for AA Akron, but against AA,
gonna be traded.
Not so good. Hunter Greene, 4 runs, 2 1/3 innings in AAA, and then Michael King looks to start his rehab start this weekend for El Paso. So maybe that's part of the Dylan Cease equation too. We can move Dylan Cease for an outfielder. Would you move Duran to left? Can you do that? Is that a?
You're saying if they were to get Dylan, if they were to trade Cease for Duran?
Well, I'm just saying like the Padres aren't out of it. Like Duran for Cease sounds like a pretty, a deal that helps everybody.
100%. I think they're considering. I think they'll trade Robert Suarez because they have probably the best bullpen in baseball. Adrian Morejon has been one of the absolute best. Jason Adam is out there, and I think you've got like a serviceable starting rotation that you can take what you have now, replace Cease with Michael King, and then those parts that you get for Cease make everything better, and that's what Jarren Duran would do offensively. So absolutely, I think they
wonky
can make
for the win here. David Ortiz, a great one though. He was pretty good in Minnesota, not where I'm from though. And Zach Wheeler totally changed the scenery. Zach Wheeler would have like one great start out of every 4, and he'd be like, why can't he be good all the time? And then he goes to Philadelphia and he's just great. Like
Ketel Marte was like that too. He was the most mediocre guy in the Mariners, and then he became amazing
there. That's another good one. All right, let's get to more injuries. Juan Soto's x-rays were negative on the foot, so chances are he'll DH today. Christian Moore Rehab assignment has begun. Jeremy Pena over 2 in his rehab assignment. That's good news for the Astros. And Grayson Rodriguez isn't getting a second opinion. He's getting multiple opinions on his MRI, Welsh. Multiple.
A mummer of opinions, just a parade of opinions, just walking around. They're like, "You're not healthy. You're not healthy."
Did you Google the mummers right now? I want you to Google a mummers parade and see what I'm talking about. Yeah,
mummers.
It's how you think it is.
Okay, that's how I spelled it here.
All right. See
mummers
images?
parade. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this looks like they're in Rio de Janeiro.
Well, but it's Philadelphia, so it's Rio de Janeiro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's not Rio de Janeiro.
That's where it is. It's like we're in Carnival. That's where we are.
Yeah, it looks fun. I'm not that level of fun, so like, that gives me anxiety. That amount of people. No.
Yeah, definitely not. All right, let's get to our best bets
of the day
with Joey P and the Welsh. Let's go to Boston Red Sox on the money line plus 112 today. Brian Bayo has been really solid on the mound against Zebby Matthews today in the Minnesota Twins, but no Byron Buxton in that lineup, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Then the Chicago White Sox. Now it was supposed to be Hauser, so now you could scratch this because now it's changed. It's not happening. Literally, he got pulled during the show, so just X that out. I've only got 2 bets for you today. And instead, we're going to go to Nate Eovaldi, 7 strikeouts, plus 148 against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Welsh, where are you going for your best bets today?
Yesterday, by the way, when I had the reins, I just absolutely killed the best bets of the day. I just went into bets. I said, I'm just done. No, like happy-go-lucky, like best bets of the day. I murdered that thing, so it's out. But you brought it right back. You brought it back to life. My bets for the day, I'm going with over first 5 runs in the Mets and the Padres game. Yu Darvish has not been good, so I want 5 runs through the first 5. You got Clay Holmes and Yu Darvish going. It's minus 125 for over on the first 5. We're going with the Nerfy. Nerfies have not been hitting, but Texas and the Angels, no run first inning. This is backing Jose Soriano and Eovaldi. It's pretty juiced up here, but it's a good play. And then I'm going to go PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong over 1.5 total bases. It is nice old big fun plus money at plus 130. Those are my best bets of the day.
Place your bets over on FanDuel. Bet $5, get $250 in bonus bets when your first bet hits only on FanDuel at fantasypros.com/leadingoff and use that promo code leadingoff when you download the Betting Pros app today. Get that 7-day free trial of the premium tools. Oh, the sexy tools. They're so sexy. Good. Download the bad boy, the Betting Pros app. Bet smarter, not harder. That's what you want to do. All right, let's get to home run calls. I'm going Cody Bellinger today. Plus 370. That's mine. Wonky at 36. George Whips tied at 44 at the top of our home run board. Welsh, for the Sammy Sosa jersey on the line, where are you going with your home run call today? And, of course, Kyle Schwarber hit a home run yesterday, and I called him the day before, so he can suck it. All right? Get out. Get out, Kyle Schwarber.
Jeffrey Springs at home doesn't work, so I'm going to go back to Cal Raleigh. I'm going to go with a nice cheap one. So Cal Raleigh for me.
That's a pretty good cheap one there. And, yeah, I lived in Philly. I went to college in Philly, and I lived there a couple of years, so I lived in South Philadelphia for about 6 months. I lived right across, it was like one of those, like, I think it was 2nd and Emily Street, I think is where it was. Classic South Philly neighborhood. And this mom used to always, like, every afternoon, her son Kyle would be out in the streets playing. And she would be screaming, Kyle, what are you doing? Kyle, come back home. Kyle, get in the house right now. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Kyle, I swear to God, I got to go to Wawa. I got a million things to do. Just have a Coke and sit down on the stoop, Kyle. God.
I want to go. I've never been on the East Coast. I mean, Tennessee is the only place on the East Coast I've ever really gone, if you even consider that.
Tennessee is not the East Coast.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the furthest east I've been is Tennessee.
But Hobbit, this is the farthest from home I've ever been.
But I was thinking about this last night. I've talked about this a lot because in a past life, I used to do a lot of event planning, and I totally someday want us to do a Fantasy Pros event. I think that would be killer. All of us in a venue and whatever. And I was thinking about, like, where do you do it? I live in such a different world on the West Coast because we're just these big states, and it's like, 5-6 hours you want to travel to a new state. But we would have to be on the East Coast. We'd have to be somewhere near you because, like, it seems like there's like 20 states that are within 3 hours of each other that you could get. So we could cover the most ground if we were somewhere on the East Coast doing it.
We don't know where our next trip is going to be, so perhaps it will be East Coast. I mean, I doubt it in February. No one's going to want to be in the cold, but what are you going to do? Yeah, Welsh has never seen snow.
I've seen snow. It does snow never. Even in Arizona.
No Christmas movies, nothing for him. All right, that'll do it for us here, but the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Go home. What are you
Kyle.
doing? Oh my God, JP Morosi's on again. He's doing this stupid Spanish accent, Mom. Oh my God. Somebody give me a hoagie. God. He's the worst.
Oh, it makes me laugh.